Close your eyes for just a moment. Imagine this day with me. You wake up, and for the first time in what feels like forever, your body wakes up naturally. No alarm screaming, no vibration on the nightstand, no panic rushing through your chest because you're late again. You sit up. There's sunlight gently pouring through your curtains. You take a slow, deep breath, and it hits you. There's no rush, no commute, no deadlines, no "did you submit that" emails, no boss waiting to question you, no clock controlling your life. You walk into the kitchen. You make coffee slowly. You take your time. You actually taste it. And then an even more powerful thought washes over you like warm sunlight. This day belongs to me. And not just this day, tomorrow, next week, next month. Your life finally belongs to you. Here's the shocking truth. You don't need to be a millionaire. You don't need to win the lottery. You don't need to be lucky. You don't need magic. You just need to understand one powerful truth. Early retirement costs less than you think. And today, we're going to break down the emotional, human, realistic truth about the lowest amount you need to retire early. The number nobody talks about because it doesn't sell headlines, but it changes lives. From childhood, we were handed a script. You probably know it word for word because the world repeated it again and again. Go to school, get good grades, get a job, work your way up, save a little if you can, wait, endure, sacrifice, and maybe, just maybe, when you're older, when your back hurts, when your knees ache, when your energy is fading, then you get permission to finally start living. We've been shown commercials of retirement that look like expensive cruises, golf resorts, mansions by the beach. Retirement in society equals rich, and rich equals rare. So naturally, we believe early retirement impossible. That's for people who own companies. That's for lucky people. That's for someone else, not me. But here's the hidden truth. Retirement doesn't belong to the wealthy. It belongs to anyone who learns to control their life instead of letting life control them. It belongs to anyone who refuses the script. It belongs to people who dare to ask, is there another way? And there is. There is a quiet truth society rarely speaks about. A truth that isn't flashy, dramatic, or marketable, but it's powerful. You do not need millions to retire early. There exists a simple number, a realistic number, a number grounded in humanity instead of luxury marketing fantasies. It won't impress anyone. It won't make your neighbors jealous. It won't make headlines, but it will do something much more meaningful. It will give you back your life. Here is why that truth stays hidden. The world profits when you stay exhausted. The world benefits when you stay working endlessly. The world thrives when you remain dependent. A tired worker is predictable. A desperate worker is obedient. A confused worker keeps spending. But a free human? A human who realizes they don't need to play the endless game. That's powerful. That's dangerous to the system. So that truth stays quiet. But today, you're hearing it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button because here we learn real-life lessons no one teaches in school. We grow together and we build confidence, clarity, and a stronger future. Stay with this community. Your journey doesn't have to be alone. Let's speak honestly. Not like a motivational speech, not like a financial seminar. Just human to human. Right now, you might be tired. Not the "I need sleep" tired, the deeper tired. The tired from years of waking up early. The tired from pretending you're okay. The tired from just making it through the week. The tired from saying someday I'll rest, but someday keeps moving farther away.
You've probably told yourself, I'll travel later. I'll see the world later. I'll be with family more later. I'll relax later. But deep inside, another voice whispers, what if later never comes? And that voice matters. Because this isn't about money. This isn't about numbers. This is about your life, your one life. And you don't get to rewind it.
Let's clear one of the biggest misunderstandings. Early retirement does not mean you stop doing anything. It doesn't mean laziness. It doesn't mean doing nothing all day. Early retirement means freedom. It means your survival isn't chained to your job. It means peace replaces panic. It means you can choose to work on things you love instead of being trapped in things you hate. Maybe you still work a bit, but on your terms. Maybe you start a hobby business. Maybe you volunteer. Maybe you travel. Maybe you relax. Maybe you reinvent yourself completely. Early retirement isn't about escaping life. It's about finally stepping into it. It's waking up and asking, what do I want to do today? And having the ability to actually answer it. Let's strip away all the intimidating complexity of money. Because early retirement is built on one beautifully simple truth. If your passive income covers your lifestyle, you are free. Not if you have the biggest house. Not if you own the latest car. Not if you can post glamorous pictures online. Just this. If your basics are covered. If your cost of living is covered. If you don't have to panic about bills anymore. That's freedom. If your life doesn't fall apart without your job, that's freedom. If you can breathe without fear of the next payday, that's freedom. And here's the stunning part most people never realize. That number is far smaller than society wants you to believe. Everyone always asks, so what's the minimum amount? What's the lowest number I need to retire early? But here's the honest answer. There is no universal number. There is no one-size-fits-all. Because retirement isn't built on what the world expects. It's built on one word, lifestyle. Some people live beautifully on $1,500 a month. Some need $2,500. Some need $4,000. Some simply want enough to cover peace and security. Your number depends on where you live, what you value, how simple or how complex your life is, what truly matters to you. Your lowest number is not the number that impresses the world. It's the number that allows you to sleep peacefully at night. Let's talk emotionally, because money is emotional. It's not just math. It's safety. It's comfort. It's confidence. It's the ability to breathe without anxiety. Money, when used properly, is just a tool to buy one thing, life energy. Every dollar toward your freedom buys moments with people you love, time for your passions, time to heal, time to enjoy silence, time to be present, time to exist without fear. The goal isn't to collect money. The goal is to collect moments. And every time you choose wisely, you're choosing life. Let me tell you a story in the middle of all this. Two men, same age, same dreams once upon a time. The first man did what society told him, worked endlessly, sacrificed his health, rarely took breaks, always said, later I will live. He reached retirement age. He had money, yes. He had security, yes. But he also had a tired body, weak knees, a heart that had endured too much stress, a lifetime of missed memories. He retired, but his best years were gone. Then there was another man, not rich, not from privilege, not extraordinary in the world's eyes, but he understood something early. Life isn't promised later. So he lived intentionally, balanced saving with living, watched his lifestyle, invested in freedom, not status. He retired earlier, not rich, but free. He still had energy, he still laughed loudly. He still had curiosity, adventure, joy. He didn't miss life, he lived it. And that's the difference. So why don't more people do this? Fear. Fear whispers, what if you run out? What if something goes wrong? What if you fail? What if people judge you? What if you regret it? We fear the unknown. We fear stepping off the treadmill everyone else is running on. We fear being different. But ask yourself honestly, what if the real danger is not retiring early? What if the real tragedy is never living at all? What if your real fear should be, what if I waste my best years working for a future I never get to enjoy? Because that happens every single day. Something powerful happens when people retire early. Something almost nobody expects. At first, they feel strange, because for years, life has been structured around alarms, schedules, urgency, deadlines, expectations. Their minds wake up automatically at 6 a.m., even when they don't need to. They feel guilty when they pause. They feel wrong for resting. Because society programmed them to believe if you're not working, you're not worthy. But slowly, something changes. Days begin to stretch. Breaths become deeper. Meals become slower. Conversations become richer. People begin reconnecting with themselves. They rediscover their curiosity, their creativity, their passion. They begin to notice sunlight differently. They hear birds again. They feel wind again. They laugh without tension. And an incredible realization washes over them. They were never tired of working. They were tired of working without living. Then another surprise happens. They start spending less. Not because they're forced to, not because they're deprived, but because for the first time in decades, they're not trying to buy happiness. They don't need to numb stress with shopping. They don't need constant entertainment to escape exhaustion. They don't crave expensive rewards because life itself begins to feel rewarding. They cook more. They walk more. They read more. They talk more. They live simpler and richer. People learn something profound. Luxury is not gold or diamonds. Luxury is peace. Luxury is time. Luxury is being able to stop and exist. Early retirement teaches something no textbook ever will. Happiness lives in the quiet moments you never had time to experience before. Let's slow down and reveal what truly makes early retirement possible. It is not luck. It is not being born into wealth. It is not extreme sacrifice or misery. It is intention. Early retirement is built through small, thoughtful choices applied consistently over time. It usually looks like this. You slowly reduce unnecessary expenses, not to punish yourself, but to liberate yourself. You stop chasing trend after trend. You stop competing with people who don't even know you exist. You begin making decisions like, do I really need this, or was I told to want it? Then you avoid lifestyle inflation. You don't let raises turn into bigger car payments. You don't let promotions force you into a bigger house you don't even need. You don't let ego trick you into financial chains. Instead, you prioritize your life, your health, your relationships, your freedom. You build streams of income, not always massive, not always flashy, but reliable, steady, sufficient. Rental income, online work, creative work, small businesses, dividends, side passions, anything that earns even gently. And perhaps the most powerful ingredient, you learn to define enough. The world teaches more, but happiness is often found in enough. Early retirement has nothing to do with perfection. It has everything to do with clarity. Once you clearly see what you want, every step becomes intentional. And intentional steps change lives. I want you to do something with me right now. Not as a viewer, not as someone watching a video. As a human being. Close your eyes for a moment. Picture your ideal, peaceful life. Not the Instagram version, not the luxury fantasy, not society's dream. Your dream. Where are you? Maybe you're in a quiet town where mornings feel warm and gentle. Or maybe you're near the ocean, feeling waves write poetry at your feet. Or maybe you're in a cabin, hearing wind through trees instead of traffic. Or maybe you're simply at home, surrounded by love, calm, and laughter. What do your mornings look like? What do your evenings feel like? Who are you spending time with? What kind of peace lives inside your chest? That image, that feeling, is real. It exists. It's not someday fantasy. It's a life that many people are living right now, simply because they chose differently. Your dream is not ridiculous. Your dream is not too big. Your dream is a message. It is your soul remembering what life is supposed to feel like. Don't silence that dream. Listen to it. Protect it. Move towards it. Because your dream is not running away from reality. Your dream is a better reality calling you home. We live in one of the loudest eras in human history. Everywhere you look, upgrade your car, upgrade your house, upgrade your life. Spend more, buy more, own more. The world constantly whispers, you're behind, you're not enough yet, you need more to matter. And slowly, people begin living less and performing more. They buy to impress, they spend to feel worthy, they chase to belong, they drown in comparison. And while they do that, life silently passes. Here's something powerful most people never realize until it's almost too late. Most people aren't living lives they chose. They are living lives they were pressured into. Society does not want you peaceful. Society wants you productive. Society does not want you free. Society wants you dependent. Society doesn't reward simplicity. It rewards exhaustion disguised as success. But you have a choice. One of the greatest rebellions in modern life is choosing a calm, intentional, simple life instead of an impressive, stressful one. Freedom happens not when you buy everything, but when you finally realize you don't need everything. There comes a moment in life, a quiet one, a deeply human one. Sometimes it happens on a random evening, sometimes after a stressful day. Sometimes during a vacation when you suddenly feel alive for once. Your mind stops. Your body pauses. Your heart whispers, I don't want more money. I want more time. You realize you don't want to own the world. You want to experience life. You don't want endless possessions. You want endless mornings. You don't want applause. You want peace. This realization is not loud. It does not scream. It arrives gently, soft, honest, undeniable. And once it happens, you can't unsee it. Something shifts forever. You begin questioning, why am I living like this? Who am I doing this for? What am I sacrificing? What am I missing? This moment is the beginning of awakening. This moment is the birth of freedom. Let's slow down and walk through the mindset that can truly change your life. Step 1. Define your peaceful life. Write it down. Visualize it in detail. Where do you live? What do your days look like? Who are you with? How do you feel waking up? Be honest, not what impresses the world, what nourishes your soul. Step 2. Calculate what that life actually costs. Not what social media says it costs, not what luxury culture says it costs, what you truly need. Shelter, food, healthcare, basic comfort, a bit of enjoyment, safety, dignity. This number? This is your true freedom number. Step 3. Build income to match that life. Passive income, semi-passive income, simple income streams, meaningful work you actually enjoy. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't have to be huge. It just has to be enough. Step 4. Protect your peace relentlessly. Say no to pressure. Say no to comparison. Say no to unnecessary noise. Understand this clearly. Your peace is priceless. Guard it bravely. Step 5. Live unapologetically. People will not understand. People will judge. People will question. They always do. But when you are peaceful, when you are free, those same people will secretly wish they were you. Your early retirement number? It is not a financial number. It is a life number. Let's pause. Not for the video. Not for me. For you. Take a slow breath in. Hold it. Release it gently. Now ask yourself honestly, am I truly living? Or am I just existing? Am I choosing my life or surviving it? Do I wake excited or exhausted? Do I feel alive or numb? These aren't just questions, they're invitations. If your heart whispered even a tiny truth, listen. Most people drown not because life is too heavy, but because they never stop to breathe. This moment, this stillness, this reflection, this is you beginning to choose life. Listen closely. You deserve mornings that begin with light, not panic. You deserve evenings that end with peace, not exhaustion. You deserve laughter that doesn't rush. You deserve days that feel like yours. Not because you've worked enough, not because you've earned it, not because society approves, but because you are human. And humans are not meant to live as machines. You were not born just to pay bills. You were not born to rush until you collapse. You were not born to sacrifice joy for decades, hoping later will be kinder. You deserve to exist gently. You deserve to breathe deeply. You deserve to experience life while you still can. Early retirement is not running away. It is returning. Returning to yourself. Returning to your humanity. Returning to the life you always deserved. Freedom is not selfish. Freedom is healing. Before we end, let me tell you something true, powerful, and deeply important. Your dream is not unrealistic. Your goal is not ridiculous. Your desire for peace is not weakness. The world will call you unambitious for choosing happiness. Let them. The world will call you crazy for choosing freedom. Let them. The world will never understand people who refuse to be controlled by it. But here's what matters. Your dream is possible. Your number is reachable. Your future self is waiting. Every small change you make, every habit you adjust, every financial choice you align with intention brings you closer. Even one step today matters. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not incapable. You are waking up, and awakening is the beginning of transformation. So here is the truth I want you to leave with.
Early retirement is not about money. It is about time. It is about presence. It is about peace. It is about choosing to live while you still have life to live. The lowest amount you need, it's less than they taught you. It's closer than you think. And your freedom, it isn't a fantasy. It isn't unreachable. It is waiting. Waiting for courage. Waiting for belief. Waiting for you. Start now. Not someday. Not when everything is perfect. Not when life slows down. Start now. With thought, with intention, with a promise to yourself that your life matters. Because life is not meant to be postponed. Life is meant to be lived. In your next chapter, your peaceful chapter, your joyful chapter, your free chapter, begins the moment you say, I deserve a life that feels like mine. And you do. You always have.